Welcome back to the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's the NF Mansion audio reaction. I know a lot of his videos get people claimed, so most of the time I'm gonna be reacting to the audio. I may react to the video maybe on a different platform. So with that being said, man, at the time of this video, man, hey, if it's imposed on your heart, man, you want to donate to my boy Shalom, you know what I'm saying? Let's help him get better, man. So whatever you can spare, man, is definitely appreciated. It's definitely not required. So also, one thing about doing these NF reactions, man, it requires a lot of focus. So bear with me when I'm trying to break down these lyrics, you know what I'm saying, as I'm hearing them with no lyric sheet in front of me. So that's the big challenge about doing all this. Now, I could prepare. I think you guys would know that. And I think it's part of the charm of the video when I do that. So, hey, without being said, man, we got NF Mansions featuring Flurry. Let's go.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion.
I like the beginning of it, man, with the part where she's singing and kind of setting the tone. You could tell this is gonna be like a very, very illustrative type of song. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when they talk about mansion, it's like the mansion in your mind, so to speak. I like how she said these walls are a blank expression. You know what I'm saying? So it's like walls have nothing on them. You know what I'm saying? So how do you go through that in your mind when you say your walls are a blank expression? There's no personality. There's nothing here. There's an empty shell, so to speak. So let's get into the verse though. I like that end though.
Home I'm trapped in, and it's lonely inside this mansion.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls covered in lyrics. They're all over the place. The songs in the mirrors written.
He say his mind is covered his mind is covered with lyrics on the wall and songs on the mirror. So you can kind of say that the songs in the mirror are kind of like, you know, he does a lot of self-reflection type of songs. So you can say, you know, his songs are a reflection of himself. The writing on the wall is where, you know, where probably everything that he wants to say before he makes the song. So I like how he transitioned from the walls to the mirrors when he's making the song. You know what I'm saying? So let's go.
All over the floors, all over the chairs, and you get the uncut version of life when I go downstairs. That's what.
So you get the uncut version of life when you go downstairs. Also, I do like when he, I do feel like when he said, you know, uncut version, let's go downstairs, it's like he finna be dragging us through a house, bro. And it's like, while I'm listening to this, I'm closing my eyes so I can see the visual. It's crazy.
All over the chairs, and you get the uncut version of life when I go downstairs. That's where I write when I'm in a bad place and need to release and let out the version of NF you don't want to see.
He say this is what he writes in a bad place when he needs to release. Like that's dope.
I put holes in the walls with both of my fists till they bleed. You might get a glimpse of how I cope with all this anger in me. Physically abused. Now that's the room that I don't want to be in.
Dang, bro, it's too much to break down, bro. It's too much, but let me go back.
I'm in a bad place and need to release and let out the version of NF you don't want to see. I put holes in the walls with both of my fists till they bleed. You might get a glimpse of how I cope with all this anger in me.
It's crazy because like when I think about NF and what he's talking about, releasing all the anger, punching the walls, it makes me kind of think about like when he's trying to break away from the mask that he's wearing so he can become his true self, you know what I'm saying? So I think about Dax and Tom a lot when I listen to NF because, you know what I'm saying, I feel like they're all in the same place in a way. I feel like they are in this transition to where they're trying to figure out what kind of person they want to be, whichever that version of them they need to show. So they're sort of like NF kind of hiding the monster inside, or they all transition into this phase of the monster that's, you know, they just releasing all this anger out on their music and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just take a minute to think about that. Think about that and how all three of them are kind of describing what they're going through, but actually at the same time they want to break free from the chains that they under.
Physically abused, now that's the room that I don't want to be in. That picture ain't blurry at all, I just don't want to see it. And these walls ain't blank, I just think I don't want to see them. But why not? I'm in here, so I might as well read them.
Ooh, talking about the room of him being abused. He don't even want to be in this room. The picture is clear, but since he's already in here, he might as well greet him. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, you go from not wanting to be here to going into the room and confronting it. So he's confronting his trauma right here in his room. Whatever he went through at that time, he's confronting it.
I just think I don't want to see him, but why not? I'm in here, so I might as well read him. I gotta thank you for this anger that I carry around. Wish I could take a match and burn this whole room to the ground. Matter of fact, I think I'ma burn this room right now. Somehow this memory for some reason just won't go down. Put me in the
Talking about wanting to burn this memory right now, but somehow that this memory won't leave him. The picture I kind of get is like how somebody plays that trick with the Rubik's Cube. No matter how much you solve it, it's always a space where it's always that one color that don't fit there. You know what I'm saying? How does the trick go? Like you replace one color with the other, so no matter what they, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel when I hear that lyric. You know? So think about that. Like your worst memories are the ones that you want to burn, but they're always imprinted inside you for some reason.
corner so you could see the fear in my eyes. Then took me downstairs and beat me till I screamed and I cried. Congratulations, you'll always have a room in my mind, but I'ma keep the door shut and lock the lyrics inside.
He say he have a place in my mind, but I'm gonna keep the door shut, so I keep the and lock the lyrics behind. So there's songs that he has about that experiences, but he's not going to express those experiences right now on wax. Woohoo! Wow.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in.
Well, that's a good way to transition into the hook, because I thought he was gonna keep spitting right there. It kind of give me this vibe of the Kim song Eminem did back on the Slim Shady LP. Just some of the familiar sounds that I'm hearing. Just very intense emotional song. So I guess that's just the way they painted on the beat.
Slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's only inside this mansion. Inside this mansion.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls covered in pain. See, my problem is I don't fix things, I just try to repaint. Cover.
I like how he said that this wall is a blank. This house has blank walls covered in pain. Did he say that?
Covered in pain. See, my problem is I don't fix things, I just try to repaint. Cover them up like it never happened. Say I wish I could change. Are you?
Dang, so he talking about suppressing everything that he went through instead of addressing it. I like that beginning.
Only inside this mansion. Inside this mansion.
Yo, my mind is a house with walls covered in pain. See, my problem is I don't fix things, I just try to repaint. Cover them up like it never happened. Say I wish I could change. Are you confused? Come upstairs and I'll show you what I mean. This room full of regrets, just keeps getting fuller it seems. Moment I walk into it's the same moment that I wanna leave. I get sick to my stomach every time I look at these things, but it's hard to look past when this is the room where I sleep. I look around.
You say it's hard to look past, but this is the room where I sleep. Boy, You gotta go back and hear that.
Moment I walk into, it's the same moment that I wanna leave. I get sick to my stomach every time I look at these things, but it's hard to look past when this is the room where I sleep. I look around, one of the worst things I wrote on these walls was the moment I realized that I was losing my mom. One of the
Ooh, he said, I look around and one of the worst things that I wrote on this wall was he found out he was losing his mom. Shoot. And y'all know y'all told me the story about him and his mom, but man, bro, I almost lost my mom once, about 10 years ago. I know how that room feels, bro. You don't even want to be in that room. You don't even want to be in that room. But let's go back, because there's something I want to say, but I want to make sure that I'm right about what he said about his room.
I wish I could change. Are you confused? Come upstairs and I'll show you what I mean. This room full of regrets, just keeps getting fuller it seems. Moment I walk into, it's the same moment that I wanna leave. I get sick to my stomach every time I look at these things, but it's hard to look past when this is the room where I sleep. I look around, one of the worst things I wrote on these walls was the moment I realized that I was losing my mom. And one of the first things I wrote was I wish I would've called, but I should just stop now. We ain't got enough room in this song. And I regret the fact that I struggle trying to find who I am, and I lie to myself and say I do the best that I can. Shrug it off like it ain't nothing, like it's out of my head, and get ticked off whenever I see it affecting my plans.
Wow, so this is the room of regret. He sleeps in the room of regret. That's a lot there. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Regretting a lot of decisions. I can personally vibe with that. You know what I'm saying? Being in that room of regret, regretting decisions, regretting how you are. You know what I'm saying? Regret is one of the most powerful places of negative emotions, I believe. Because regret is literally something that keeps you in the past.
We ain't got enough room in this song. And I regret the fact that I struggle trying to find who I am, and I lie to myself and say I do the best that I can.
Dang, he said I regret that a lot of myself say I'm doing the best that I can. To say that you're doing the best that you can is saying that you lie to yourself. You have, so I wonder if it's like you ever told somebody I'm doing the best that I can when you really not. I wonder if that's what he's saying in that one. Somebody let me know in the comments.
Trying to find who I am, and I lie to myself and say I do the best that I can. Shrug it off like it ain't nothing, like it's out of my head, and get ticked off whenever I see it affecting my plans. And I regret watching these trust issues eat me alive, and at the rate I'm going, I'll probably still be there when I die. Congratulations.
Hey, regret the regrets of his life and regret the trust issues in his life. Yeah. Dang.
Whenever I see it affecting my plans. And I regret watching these trust issues eat me alive, and at the rate I'm going, I'll probably still be there when I die. Congratulations. You'll always have a room in my mind. The question is, will I ever clean the walls off in time?
So he's saying, like, will he clean the walls of regret? Cover the walls of regret that's eating him alive. Would he be able to clean them walls in time before he dies? I personally think, like, is he trying to say, like, if he's getting over it? But you know what I'm saying? You listen to the way the beat is. Like, if there was a video for this, and maybe it is, but man, I could just see him sitting at the door of the room, the camera panning on his face a little bit, and then he's constantly, like, you know, questioning whether he could clean his room before he dies. I just think that's a powerful image to have inside of your head. I like that.
Insidious as blind inception. What's reality with all these questions? Feels like I missed my alarm and slept in. Broken legs, but I chase perfection. These walls are my blank expression.
Trying to chase perfection, blank expression. I wonder if he wrote these for her to sing himself.
Perfection. These walls are my blank expression. My mind is a home I'm trapped in, and it's only inside this mansion. inside this mansion.
So this part of my house, no one's been in it for years. I built a safe room and I don't let no one in there. Cause if I do, there's a chance that they might disappear and not come back. And I admit, I am emotionally scared to let anyone inside, so I just leave my doors locked. You might get other doors to open up, but this door's not. Cause I don't want you to have the opportunity to hurt me, and I'll be the only person that I can blame when you desert me.
I wonder if he's talking about his relationships, locking up himself, locking up this room. Like, this is his heart. Like, this is part of himself that he doesn't want to show anybody, because if he, like he said, like, if he shows this part, you may want to leave, you may desert him. Is this the part of himself that everybody will reject? So you talk about in the second verse, he went from being in the room of regret, but now he's in a room that, you know what I'm saying, he can't let nobody in. So I wonder, like, does he regret letting nobody in this room? Does he want to show people this room? You think about it, man, it's parts of yourself that you never really want to express to everybody. Just this certain part of you is like a complete mystery. You know what I'm saying? So I know everybody has had that one thing that you'll never tell everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I like the beginning of that, though. I like how emotional, and you can hear kind of, it made me feel like I heard his voice crack a little bit. So this is probably really hard for him to.
You might get other doors to open up, but this door's not. Cause I don't want you to have the opportunity to hurt me, and I'll be the only person that I can blame when you desert me. I'm barricaded inside, so stop watching. I'm not coming to the door, so stop knocking. Stop knocking. I'm trapped here. God keeps saying I'm not locked. I chose this. I am lost in my own conscience. I know they said.
He said, I am lost in my own conscience. I wonder what he, you know, he talked about, this is the room you don't want to see, but he talking about, now he moves into talking about how, you know, stop knocking on this room. You know what I'm saying? I'm locked in my own conscience. So is this the part? So I said that this is the part he keeps from everybody. This is the part he won't let nobody in on. So yeah, so he's painting that picture of more emphasis on like why he doesn't want anyone near this room.
So stop knocking. Stop knocking. I'm trapped here. God keeps saying I'm not locked. I chose this. I am lost in my own conscience. I know they shutting the world out ain't solving the problem, but I didn't build this house because I thought it would solve them. I built it because I thought that it was safer in there, but it's not. I'm not the only thing that's living in here.
Ooh, he said, I'm not the only thing that's living in this room. Living in this house. So he built this house. He built this house a certain way, but as a place where he can only live in. But now he's figured out that he's not the only person that lives in this house. That's crazy.
But I didn't build this house because I thought it would solve them. I built it because I thought that it was safer in there, but it's not. I'm not the only thing that's living in here. Fear came to my house years ago. I let him in. Maybe that's a problem because I've been dealing with this ever since. I thought that he would leave, but it's obvious he never did. He must have picked a room and got comfortable and settled in. Now I'm
must got in the room and got comfortable and settled in. Ooh, boy.
It's obvious he never did. He must have picked a room and got comfortable and settled in. Now I'm in a position to either sit here and let him win or put him back outside where it came from, but I never can. Cause in order to do that, I'd have to open the doors. Is that me or the fear talking? I don't know anymore.
So that's a strong ending to this song. That's a strong ending to this song. So I don't know. Should I retract back what I was saying? Well, I never said what was in that room. He talked about his conscience, but fear moved into the house. So fear is pretty much the driving energy of his mansion. So this is him trying to get rid of the fear that he has and trying to work it out so he can move fear out so he can move on. That is a dope ending to this song. That's a very, very dope ending to this song. Shoot, man, what do you guys think about this, man? This is probably the man. Well, I haven't heard a lot of NF songs, but man, yeah, I don't know if anything else could be better. Could be better than Mansions. I mean, this is just, man, this is like a museum of his life. You know what I'm saying? This is like a museum of his life. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? You're actually inside the mind. And I like how he just kind of took us by the hand and moved us and transitioned us to places throughout the house. That's dope, man. That's dope, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I'll catch y'all at another one. Make sure you hit more of the Rap Breakdown reactions up here. If this your first time here, make sure you hit that subscribe button, man, because we down this NF rabbit hole. And if you're here for that, hey, got no reason to pass this video up. So I'll catch y'all at another one. Y'all know what it is. Right, Tasha?